Okay, what's up, YouTube? You know what it is. It's Spacey AI one more time, and I got a very exciting one for you guys. This one is incredible. Flux point one or Flux one. And this is the image generation tool, I think, that changes the game. I think this one really and truly changes the game on a level that we've never seen before. I think this one is pretty amazing. It's pretty incredible. And I'm going to show you guys a few things on how to set this up on your computer and just how to get this to work in a comfy UI workflow. So what I want to show you though, before I even start, I want to show you some images that I generated using Flux. So obviously I don't have the prompts for these, but I'm just going to skip through so you can see this is like an alien kind of robot character or something like that. But this was a prompt that was there at default with the workflow that I was using. So this is a prompt that I generated where, and I even upscaled it too. So this is a woman, a blonde-haired woman running away from a monster in the woods. This pretty cool. So a monster's chasing after her. She's very scared, running away. So the adherence to this prompt was pretty dope. It followed exactly what I wanted. I wanted the camera view to be at the front, and it does show her looking towards the camera, which is what I wanted. I wanted everything to be the front view, right? I didn't want it to be side view, stuff like that. What a lot of models will do is that they'll give you different angles or different camera angles that you didn't ask for, and they won't adhere to the prompt the way you want it to adhere. So this is doing that very well. And yeah, this is really cool. And this is a Lamborghini at night speeding down the highway. This is pretty cool again. As you can see, I made sure that it was a back view and it did adhere to that prompt. I said back view camera, and it adhered to the camera view very well. As you guys can see, this is from the back and it's speeding down the highway. This is great for video generation, stuff like that. Now, this is a tomb, an Egyptian tomb. Don't have the exact prompt, but as you can see, very nice generation here. Again, very crisp, very clean, no problems. The hands, look at the hands. Hands are very good, no problems. Correct number of fingers, correct number of toes. That is pretty cool because you see, that's the thing. Again, a lot of these video generation models, they make this mistake all the time. They generate the wrong number of fingers or wrong number of toes. It just can't handle hands and feet and stuff like that. But this one is very good handling those different things when it's generating images for your prompt. So that is pretty cool. Next up, I did generate this image to test out the word generation, how good it is with words. And the idea of this image was that it's supposed to generate the word love and hope in an alley, and essentially you have graffitis of the word love and hope all over the place pretty much. So as you guys can see, it's doing a pretty good job. Some of the words are not correct. I also wanted it to generate freedom as well. Some of the words are not correct. I did get these prompts though from ChatGPT. So was this prompt right here. As you can see, vibrant city alleyway covered in colorful graffiti with words like hope, love, and freedom artistically sprayed, painted on the walls. So it followed it pretty good. As you guys can see, you have the words hope, love, freedom, and you have other words right here. Some of these words don't necessarily make any sense, but it does have the word hope, love, and freedom. So that follows the prompt really well. So that is pretty cool. Let me go to the next one. So again, so this is supposed to be generating some words based on the sunset. So essentially, this is a serene forest. So it's this prompt right here, serene forest, where the sunlight filters through trees, casting shadows that form words like peace, calm, and tranquility on the forest floor. So didn't spell tranquility right, but it does have peace. It doesn't have calm, but peace is the only word that is spelled right. But as you can see, it tried to follow the prompt. So not too bad, just didn't spell the words right. But that is pretty good for what we've had up to this point. We haven't been able to do this up to this point. The adherence to the prompt is really nice, very stable, very good. I really like this one. Flux is really impressing me. I've been using it, I've been playing around with it, and it's been really impressive. I got some other prompts. I got some other images that I want to go through as well. So this is a castle on a hill overlooking a river, as you guys can see. So this is the river flowing down there. Uh, so the castle on top of the hill, and this is at sunset. So this is pretty cool. Very nice. The colors, the lighting, everything, really clean generation. And of course, this is not upscale, but you can easily upscale this. If you go to Leonardo, you go to the universal upscaler, you can add the image here and you can just upscale it. So that is pretty cool. Whatever settings you want, you can upscale it. So that is pretty cool as well. Let's continue this. Let's go here. So another test of the word generation. So again, this is, and let me just give you the exact prompt. There's no confusion on this. So this is a neon sign at dinner. So a classic 1950s diner at night with a glowing neon sign that spells out "Eat Here" in bright pink and blue. The sign reflects off the polished chrome surfaces of the diner, and the words seem to buzz with energy. So that's the prompt. And as you guys can see, we have "Eat Here," neon sign, and pretty cool little diner right here. Everything looks consistent. Everything looks the way you would expect it to look. It's at night, obviously. So it does have an extra here to the side over here. So maybe that's not something that I necessarily wanted, but the fact that it has "Eat Here" on top of the diner, I think that is really good. So nice, again, very good adhering to the prompt. That is pretty cool. So I really like that as well. Let me go to the next. Let me just go to the next image real quick. So this is just a simple image generation. This is a river, and it's at daytime, a snowy mountain in the background, and we're essentially just showing you just the river itself. So not much to this one, but as you guys can see, very nice generation, very smooth, clean, nice looking, nice feel. Just something that anybody would definitely, and of course, this is a model that you can always fine tune to your liking. So obviously Flux is definitely going to be fine tuned. There's going to be people that's going to be using it, fine tuning it to do different things, but it is a great model. It's really good, really effective, and gets the job done. So I really like this so far. These generations are really incredible. Another generation right here. So this is just the ocean. We're seeing sea creatures, sea life, turtles, fishes, different creatures on the ocean floor right here. The light from the sun is peering down to the bottom of the ocean, and we're seeing just ocean life and shrubs and different ocean plants and structures. So this is pretty cool as well. Really nice generation, clean, and just is expected. And then we have a house in the middle of nowhere at wintertime, snowy, just a whole snowy scenery right here, snow everywhere, all over the place. The house is lighting up. It's at midnight, so we have a full moon right here. So that is pretty good as well. Really, really nice. The snow texture. And keep in mind, none of these images are upscaled. All these images are just images that were generated without the upscaler. So imagine once this is upscaled, this is going to look so much better. It looks already really nice right now, but once you upscale this like 4x, now you're talking about a much better, cleaner looking image. So this is pretty, pretty cool as well. And then this is a man walking in a desolate, and maybe if I can find the prompt, I would think the prompt was somewhere here. So it's a post-apocalyptic wasteland. So a desolate, barren landscape with ruined buildings, abandoned vehicles, the sky is overcast with dark clouds looming, and a lone survivor trudging through the wasteland wearing tattered clothing and wearing a makeshift weapon. There you have it. This is the generation we get. Very consistent, adheres to the prompt very well. You can see the scenery. It's a wasteland. Seems like a zombie apocalypse kind of scenery. And he is just the only lone survivor, just walking along with just a makeshift weapon, trying to survive essentially. So great scenery. Scene looks like a movie kind of scene, very cinematic look, very cinematic feel, really nice. So this is another generation, I think. And I did have this anime girl generation again, really nice, smooth. Yeah, this one was upscale because I was using this with an upscaler. So this is really cool, as you guys can see. Great look and feel. The background is great. Forest, obviously, the style, the anime style is great. So it does give you a great anime style as well. So if you want to do animated short films and stuff like that, you can use this as your base for your video, for your image generation. And that's it. So that's all we got. And what I want to show you guys is how you would set this up a little bit. So what you want to do is that in your Comfy UI, you want to go to models, right? So first you want to go to clips, and you want to make sure that these three, I'm going to leave the links in the description. You want to make sure that these three safe tensors are in your clips folder. You want to make sure that these three are there. And this is a T5, XSL, FB8, and FB16, as well as the clip L safe tensor. So you want to make sure all three of these are there. I'm going to leave the link in the description to where you can download these three clip models. And then if you go to VAE, your VAE model, you want to make sure that Diffusion PyTorch is in your VAE. Before you can even do this though, you got to make sure that Comfy UI is set up. There's tutorials. I can't go over too much about Comfy UI setup. There's tutorials online to set up Comfy UI, but once you set up Comfy UI, this is what you do. You have to make sure that these models are in your different model folder. So for this one in particular, you got the VAE model right here. So you want to make sure that's there. And then you want to go to the upscale model. You don't have to worry about that. Just make sure you have some sort of upscale model. I would say everybody should have at least the 4X Ultra Sharp. That's a good universal upscale model that can work for anything and just gets the job done. And but for UNet, you're gonna need, I would say get both, but if you don't want to get both, you can choose either one. You can get the Flux One Dev Safe Tensor. The link is in the description to that, as well as the Flux Snell Safe Tensor. Now the Snell is supposed to be a lighter model, so it's supposed to allow you to generate images much more quickly, easier, while what the dev model is a more robust model. So it does take a little bit longer to generate the image, but it prioritizes quality over speed. Snell prioritizes speed and performance over quality. So that is something to keep in mind. Then your checkpoint, you want to get this as well. It's not necessary for this particular workflow, but I would say that you want to also get this particular checkpoint. So this is the Flux One Dev FB8 Safe Tensor. Link in the description to that as well. Now let us go over to where you would get your workflow. So I'm going to leave a link to this in the description, but this is the Comfy UI workflow for Flux. It's a simple workflow. It's very simple, doesn't have any upscaling or anything like that. But I don't think you necessarily need the upscaling, because the upscaling just takes really long if you're doing it locally. I would say you're better off doing your upscaling, as I said, through Leonardo. So upload your image here. It takes like 60 seconds to upscale. It doesn't take too many credits, and you can do a really nice upscale of your image using Leonardo. So I would say this is good enough for just doing simple image generation. You can generate your image fairly quickly with this workflow. I generate images in under a minute, which is really good for image generation. And yeah, this is really nice. So I'm going to be leaving the link to this workflow in the description so you guys can go ahead and utilize this. Once you get the workflow, it's just a simple drag and drop. So you drag and drop the workflow into your Comfy UI workspace. Once you have your Comfy UI set up and you go to your URL, right, which is your local host 8188. Once that is loaded up, then you want to just go ahead and just drag that workflow here, and then it will load up this. Now you can go ahead and put your prompt here, and you can run your prompt, and that is that. So let me know what you guys think. Have a great day. Patient AI signing out. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Tell me what you guys think about Flux. Have you tried Fluxes yet? I think you guys should definitely try it. Links in the description to everything that you need to get this set up and to get this started. But let me know what you guys think and have a great day. Pacey AI signing out. Peace.